That's how it ought to be. Cold beer ought to be too cold to hold. Long with country.
Here's Shane Profitt.
Absolutely. We're going to have such a good time tonight. Thank you for coming on board. My name is Skip Clark, Skip Happens Podcast. The proof that sometimes all it takes is a guitar, good manners, and not even liking sushi. We're going to talk about that. He's a Tennessee boy, a blue-collar storyteller, and one of the fastest rising names in country music today. You got to love this. From restarting an 8-song set to opening for his hero, to hearing his own music on the radio. Ladies and gentlemen, there he is, sitting right there. It's my friend Shane Profitt. Shane, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, man? Thank you for having me.
So good to see you. Welcome back to Skip Happens.
Yes, sir. Excited to
Yeah.
be back with you.
You know, I'm
hanging out.
trying to think how long ago that was, but it's just like it's all a blur. I do so many of these, and I talk to a lot of artists like yourself, and everything. Just eventually, it's like, how long ago was that? Seems like it was just yesterday.
Time flies, man. I don't quote me on this, but I think it was just over 2 years ago.
Probably. Wow. It had to be when you were like very first
Yep.
stepping into the music scene.
I believe it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
think
had to
it
be.
was when if I'm not mistaken, I think it was right when How It Ought to Be was like at its peak.
It was. That's
Yeah.
right. Exactly. So it was a couple of years ago. Wow. It's good to see you, though. And I see you're not in a duck blind or a deer stand. So that's good.
I'm not, but I got them
But
behind me.
I see that. Is that one that you actually, is that something you
Oh yeah,
got?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's so
all
cool.
three of those. So that's a goose, that's a duck, and then that's a duck too. So
Yeah. When you're not doing that, of course, deer season rolls around and you're doing that. And when you're not doing that, you're fishing.
I got plenty too. So
Holy
I got
crap.
them. I got them.
Look at
I
that.
got them all over.
Ah, dude, I love it. Good for you. Good for you. Man,
Heck yeah.
that is so cool. That I know we need to talk music, but how many pointer was that the first one I saw? What's the big one?
Uh,
Is that like
probably
a 9?
no, the biggest one I have in here. He's a 12-pointer. He's
Holy crap, dude.
he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you remember what he weighed?
Probably around 200. But
Ooh, man.
I have a deer at the taxidermist right now that was he was only 8 points, but he was literally he was 21 inches wide. So
No kidding.
he was
Dude.
he was a big one.
Cool. And now you got a lot of meat in the freezer. Are you
Yeah.
well,
Oh yeah. Heck yeah.
I get you. You know, Shane, for Shane Profitt, of course, for people that just discovering you, how do you usually describe Shane Profitt? Somebody should ask. So, what do you do?
Man. So if somebody asks who Shane Profitt is, I think the biggest thing for me that I want people to know is I'm no different than anybody that listens to my
Love
music.
that. Love that.
So I mean, like, man, it's just crazy because you know I'm no and when I say that I'm no different than nobody. I'm no better. I'm no worse than anybody else. I'm literally
Love
just
that.
like everybody else, man. You know,
Yeah.
I'm super fortunate on what I get to call my job.
Exactly.
That's the only difference.
Exactly. And you've been called a blue collar country artist. Does that label feel accurate to you, or do you see yourself differently?
Yeah, I think absolutely. It kind of hits the nail on the head when it
Yeah.
comes to me because I was the guy that cut the grass in the medians of the road for so many years.
You know, I had laughed because I remember we talked about that. And
Yeah,
one of my jobs early on, before a lot happened for me, I was cutting grass. I was
yep.
working for a parks department. I was out there cutting the ball fields. I was doing some of the medians. I was doing all that, and I had this big ass mower too. I mean, it
Oh
was
yeah,
like, I was proud of that baby. I love it.
yeah,
Was a big,
man.
it was a
You just
Jacobson.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's not ideal, you do what you got to do to make
Ex-
ends meet, and that's what a blue collar worker is to me, anyway. So
Exactly. And right now, I mean, it feels like the momentum, this moment is for you. I mean, you've got long live country out there. Does it feel that way from the inside as well, that you got it going? You got some momentum?
and yeah, it really does because the position that I'm in right now is it's it's what everybody that goes and does country music full
Mhm.
time wants.
Mhm.
Obviously everybody wants millions of fans. Everybody wants, endless number ones. But I think for me, the biggest thing is, I'm out there, I'm grinding away, and
Mhm.
people are
Mhm.
appreciating and knowing I'm actually doing that. And we have a song,
Mhm.
that climbed 8 spots literally today.
I
It
know.
climbed 8 spots on the chart, and we're sitting at 43 already on the country chart. So it's just it's a blessing. It really is.
It definitely is a blessing. And on my side of things, to watch people like you grow and go up that chart, it's just such a good feeling because I got to know you early on.
Hmm.
And just watching your career grow and knowing where you came from and
Yeah.
then how it all went down. I know how it all went down and how you got started, but it
Oh
was a whole
yeah.
Chris Janson story. And you don't like sushi. I know that.
I
And if
don't. I don't like sushi still.
if I remember right, you were out to dinner with some girl.
Yeah, I
You
was. I was on a first date. Yeah.
That's what it was. Yes. All right. It
Yep.
was the first date, and you ended up going to this place. What, she likes sushi and you did not.
Yeah. So she said that she wanted to eat sushi, and I'd never even tried it, and so it just I knew what it was, and it freaked me
Mm.
out. But sure enough, Chris Janson. We ended up going there, and Chris Janson held the door for me when we went to walk in. I went up to him and told him that I wrote songs, and anyway, we ended up striking up a conversation for over an hour, and his wife gave me her email, told me to send some songs to him. I did, and
God.
in the email where I sent the songs, I put my phone number and I put, if y'all ever need anything, here's my number. And literally, like 2 weeks later, I was putting my 2 week notice in and going on tour with Chris Janson.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You know,
It really is.
see, it goes to proof it. You never know when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. It happens, and somebody put you
Absolutely.
there for a reason. Somebody put you
Oh
there for
yeah,
a reason.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So, and you grew up in Columbia, Tennessee. Which, how
Yes, sir.
far is Columbia from Nashville?
About 45 minutes
I'm
now,
just trying to
depending
get my
on
bearings.
traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah, traffic's terrible nowadays, but I'd say
Oh
on
yeah.
on an average, it's probably 45 minutes.
So, do you still live in Columbia?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You do? Okay.
Yes.
Still at the same
Yep.
old place. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. And you're in this, is that like your own little private, I guess you would call it your man cave?
Yeah. So,
That's pretty
whenever,
cool.
yeah, whenever How It Ought to Be, did started doing well, I was
Mhm.
fortunate enough. I got my own place, and
Sweet.
so this is uh this is part of my house, but it's on my shop. So I have a big shop where that I can work on all my junk and stuff,
Uh,
and so it's anytime there's a ball game or something, I'll put it on the big TV, and
oh, God,
this
I
is
love it.
where this is
I
where
love it.
me and all the buddies hang out and smoke cigars and drink a couple beers.
I love that. I love that. When you, how long ago did you actually start playing country, playing music? I know you were cutting the grass, you were working for the city of Columbia, but were you playing out like on a part-time basis back then as well? You'd work during the day and then go play gigs at night, or how did all that work for you?
Yeah, so I would play. I would mostly because I was working full time, but I would take all the extra gigs that I could, and I would try to play like on Fridays or Saturdays, just to give me something to do, and just
Yeah,
because I enjoyed it.
totally get it. Totally get it. And you picked up your first guitar at the age of what?
I was 18 years old. I was a senior in high school when I picked up my first guitar.
Now,
And
did your granddad give that to you?
yep,
Am I remembering that? See, yeah, it
yeah.
wasn't that
So
long ago.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So my granddad asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I told him that I wanted to learn how to play guitar because he's a great guitar player. And
Mhm.
so I asked him if he would teach me G, C, and D on the guitar because I didn't know anything about music, but I knew enough to know G, C, and D are probably the biggest chords.
Yep.
And so I was always a huge Hank Jr., Merle Haggard, and Keith Whitley fan. And so I wanted to learn all the Hank Jr. songs. And so he told me if I wanted to learn how to play Hank Jr., I needed D and D. And so he taught me
Mhm.
he taught me those three chords, and I started playing Hank Jr. and Merle Haggard and Keith Whitley and Conway and stuff like that. And so I just stuck with it. And anytime I would get stumped on a song, I would just look up. I call it YouTube University, and I would
It
just
is.
go to I would just
Yeah.
go to YouTube, and to this day I still can't read any music, but
But you know it.
it's,
You've got the chords down. That's all you
oh
need.
yeah, yeah. I
You know.
mean, if I can hear it, I can normally play it pretty
And
fast.
were you when you first picked up the guitar? Did you get easily frustrated, or was there a lot of excitement and you just knew you were going to take it over? You were going to do it.
Well, I think it did kind of frustrate me sometimes, because like it's just a whole weird concept trying to make your fingers do something that they're not normally doing. You know what I mean? And so
Mhm.
it would just it kind of made it tough a little bit, but at the same time, that much more rewarding when you actually played something and you're like, oh, that's how that's supposed to sound. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I got to ask: were you nervous at all from making the move? I mean, working for the city. Let's just face it; that's a pretty good gig,
Yeah,
and
it is.
you get the benefits and you get all that. You made that move to be an artist,
Yeah.
and in a way, you took a chance. But then again, it's what you love.
Yeah, I think it definitely was nerve wracking for me, and I'd been because I mean it was a really good job, but at the same time I knew that it was something that I didn't want to do for the
Right,
rest of my
right,
life, and
exactly.
so in that moment I was content with where I was, but I knew that that's not where I wanted to stay,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
so at that moment in my life I was just praying for really whatever my purpose was to come to light, and it did. So
Exactly. And you were like, you had to be what, 20 when you were doing that? So it wasn't that long ago. So yeah,
I was 20. Yeah.
yeah, holy crap. Yeah. So that was like your first full-time gig. And then now this all
Yeah.
fell into place. That's
Yeah.
cool, man.
So, well, whenever there was a short time in between when I got out of high school and started working for the city, I was working for my dad's heating and cooling company too, and that was short. That was one summer, because I found out how much I hated crawl spaces and attics. So,
Dude, no offense, but crawl spaces are tiny. I mean,
yeah, and I'm
I
not a tiny guy.
no, I know that. And I didn't, like I said, neither am I.
Yeah,
And so
no,
no, that's
crawl
not the place you
spaces
want to
ain't
be.
for me.
No, no, no. And you feel all closed in and everything. I cannot do that. I want to talk about your songwriting a little bit. At what point did songwriting become more than just trying it and started becoming your outlet?
Man, so about 6 months after I first picked up a guitar, I wrote my first song, and I remember. So I think for me, when I was in high school, I really didn't have. I mean, this sounds so crazy, but I never really had emotions that really bothered me, if that makes sense.
No, it does.
Uh,
Yeah.
I feel like when you're in high school, you're just like, oh, whatever. That doesn't matter. That girl doesn't matter. You go through a breakup. Oh, there's plenty of fish in the sea, or whatever the circumstance may be. But I think once you get out of high school and you really start adulting, that's when your mind
Mhm.
is always constantly going, and there's always seems like something's going wrong. And so I was never, even when I was young, I was never one to really talk about my feelings at all, and they would just
Most
kind of
guys
build
don't.
up.
Yeah. Most
Yeah,
guys don't.
yeah,
It is what
exactly.
it is. We keep it all inside. It is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. And so I was never one to really talk about my feelings, and then I found that once they built up, once they got to a certain point, I would just be pissed off at the whole world for a
Mm.
day or two. And so I got to thinking about that, and let me try the songwriting thing. So I went through a breakup, and I tried the songwriting thing, and the song was terrible, just to be quite honest about it. But
Right.
it made me feel a certain type of way. And I remember when I wrote my first song and I played it through for the first time, I remember that feeling that it made me feel. And while I had went through a breakup, at the same time, it was like I was instantly kind of hooked on that feeling. Like when you sit down with a pen and paper and a guitar,
Hmm. Hmm.
and you have something to show for how you are feeling in that exact moment, it's unreal.
Yeah. So it's like you could consider your songwriting was like therapy as
Absolutely.
opposed to chasing a sound. I mean, I
Absolutely.
hear that from a lot of songwriters.
Hmm.
So, and so what did that grind look like for you? Working all day, writing all night, you got the gigs on the weekends. I mean, was that like mentally draining as well as being exhausted?
Yeah, it was, especially because I went back. So the girl that I wrote my first song about, I went back and started dating her again. And so
Did you go to a sushi place?
no,
No,
I
I'm
didn't.
just
I
kidding.
didn't. I didn't. I didn't. This was before the sushi restaurant.
Oh,
So
okay. No, no, I'm kidding. Okay. All right.
this yeah, it was crazy because I was working, and I was trying to help her out as much as I could with bills and stuff. And
Hmm.
so anytime I would play a show, so I would play these shows at a place called Puckett's,
Okay.
and I would play on Friday and Saturday. And so they had a Puckett's in Nashville, in Franklin, in Columbia, in Chattanooga, and in Pigeon Forge. And so I would try to do, each show. I would try to do like a Friday, Saturday. And if it was a Friday, Saturday, I would go to Chattanooga and then the next night be in
Right.
Pigeon
Right.
Forge. And they would give me like, I forget exactly how much it was. I think it was like $80 for a hotel room each night because, I had to travel.
Yeah. Good
And
luck with
so,
that.
yeah, exactly. And so I would pocket that money and sleep in my truck.
Smart. Really?
And yeah, and so I would pocket that money, sleep in my truck. They would feed me for free. And so I would pocket all that money and I would come back, and on top of, working full time, and it was absolutely exhausting. It really
Mhm.
was. But looking back, I wouldn't trade anything.
So what did that teach you? What did that grind teach you about humility and patience?
It taught me a lot.
Yeah.
I think more than anything, it taught me my own work ethic, because when you work 40 to 50 hours a week, plus you drive 5 hours to wherever your show is. And
Sure.
keep in mind, I that wasn't with a band. That was just me. And so I would drive to these shows, and I would sleep in my truck, and I would just be so exhausted. And um, I think more than anything, it taught me how bad I really did want it, because
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes, I mean, looking back, sometimes I would be playing in front of two people, sometimes it would be 200.
Hmm.
You just
Hmm.
never know. But
Yeah.
even with that gig, all that I was background music, but I was just so happy to be doing it.
So does it really matter if you're playing in front of two or if you're playing in front of 200?
No, it
Probably.
doesn't. Even
Yeah.
even even today, I think that taught me a lot too, because you may play, depending on where you're at and what you're doing. You may be playing in front of 20 people one night. You may be opening for somebody, or you may be
Hmm.
playing a
Hmm.
fair that nobody is at, or it may be raining and everybody is left, or whatever the circumstance may be. But for me, every night I'm going to give the same performance as I would in front of 20,000 as I will in front of 20.
Gotcha. Exactly. Exactly. What is it like, Shane, when you're running out to get some stuff done and your song comes on the radio? What goes through your mind? Is it
As
hard to
crazy,
Yeah, go ahead.
it's so crazy. So for the first probably few months that it happened, every time, as soon as I would hear it, boom, tears start
Oh,
rolling.
wow.
And I mean, it's just, even to this day, to tell you the truth, you just can't help but smile ear to ear,
I
especially when
love it.
somebody's like, "And here's one of our favorites, Mr. Shane Prout," and
Yeah.
just because, especially around here, I grew up listening to the radio. I really did, and
Yep.
I think, because I was born in 2000, and so yeah, there was CDs and stuff, but the main thing when I was growing up, I feel like I was the last true generation of listening to country radio. because
Mhm.
people born in 2010, they grew up, plugging their iPods in and stuff like that.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
And so being born in 2000, it's like I can remember driving down the road with my mom, going to Arby's and getting a roast beef sandwich and hearing, God bless the broken road on the radio. Or, I
Wow.
remember it was Keith Urban. The What Was I Thinking? That's a big one. Uh, all of the daggone Toby Keith.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
like just all of the great stuff. And you look back and you're like, man, I was the last of that generation.
Wow. Now you're making me feel old because I've been working in the business for a little bit now. And, you say you're born in 2000, but I was working radio in the 90s. So
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's like, wow. And I was playing the Toby Keith and the Garth Brooks and,
yeah.
all that stuff. It was crazy, but definitely good stuff though. And now look at you.
Oh
You're
yeah.
following in those footsteps.
It's
And
crazy.
if it was me driving down the road, obviously this is about you, not about me. But if I was at a stoplight, my song came on the radio, I'd be putting my window down, going, "Yo, hey, that's me. Listen, turn it on, whatever radio station you're on." So that
Oh
that
my
that would be
gosh.
me. That would be me.
No,
So,
you know what's crazy is like if it's just me, it's okay. But if like so I was going down the road, one of my buddies was giving me a ride to pick up a rental car the other day because
uh,
we drove to Florida. But anyway, one of my buddies was giving me a ride and my song came on the radio and he looked at me and turned it up as loud as it could go. And at that point it's just like it's kind of embarrassing. But if it's just me, it's really not that big a
I
deal. But if
know, but
there's other people around, it's like, okay, this is kind of weird.
yeah. Well, no, I get why you would feel that way, but still, I'd be like, okay, this is cool. This is
Oh
cool.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Inside I'd be going, this is cool. Do you remember the very first song you ever wrote? I mean, you mentioned your songwriting a few minutes ago and you wrote a song, but
Yeah.
do you remember the actual very first song you wrote?
The very first song that I ever wrote, I wrote with actually an up and coming artist as well. His name's McCoy Moore.
Okay. Okay.
And he was on tour with Hardy this year. Anyway, we met at Bass Pro Shops in 2019. He was 18 years old, thinking about moving to Nashville to become a songwriter. We met
Mhm.
at Bass Pro Shops. I'd never met this guy before in my life.
So out of the blue, you went and met this guy. Somehow you guys hooked up and
No, I was sitting there looking at a gun from the gun counter, and he
oh,
walked
okay.
up
All
and he was
right.
like, "Man, that's a good looking gun." And I was like, "I know. I'm thinking about getting it, because I just turned 18 or I was 19,
Yep.
and so I was thinking about getting this. I think it was a shotgun, and anyway, I ended up striking up a conversation with him. Well, fast forward a year later, we wrote my first ever song together.
Oh,
So.
cool. See, there you go. I mean, look what happened. You met Chris Janson in this, and now you met up with somebody else.
Mhm.
And man, just I think maybe it's so important. You get to meet these people. It's networking, and you get to know them a little bit, and you become friends. And next thing you know, you're doing something together. So that's cool.
Crazy.
That's
It's
cool.
crazy.
How often do you get into town? I mean, do you go to the songwriters' nights? Do you do anything like that?
Like in Nashville, you mean?
Yeah, in Nashville. Yeah,
I'd say I'm in Nashville probably 3 or 4 days a week at least.
yeah. All right.
Because
And
I'm always going up to write songs every week.
mhm. Now, if you had some downtime, though, I know the holidays came. They've been here and they're gone. Thank goodness.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Mhm.
you're still at home though, obviously, or have you been out on the road at all?
Yeah. So I got like 2 weeks off for Christmas,
Hmm.
and so we did Christmas down in Florida with my fiance's family, and we came back and have just really just kind of been keeping it low key. But
Good.
I started writing again this past week and wrote some good songs, and then so tomorrow actually I head out to hit the road again. So
Where you heading? Do you know?
I'm headed to Louisiana.
There's a reason I ask because most artists I talk to, it's like, no, I just know I have to be at the bus at a certain time,
Yeah.
and wherever they take
Well,
me, it takes me.
I
So
was kind of hesitant. If I hadn't checked in for my flight earlier, I probably wouldn't have known. But Yeah, I'm going to Louisiana because
Well, there
I'm
you go.
already looking forward to tearing up them crawfish tomorrow. So,
Oh, wow. Wow. So is this one of your own shows? You're going to be with somebody?
um, I'll be honest, I don't know that.
Okay. I got you.
I
No,
think I think it's I think it's a guitar pool tomorrow.
oh, okay. Be maybe on a radio station event or something
Yeah,
like that.
yep,
That'd be
it
pretty
is.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, cool. I know I'm working with, well, you signed with Triple Tigers. Love to get you up to the
Yeah.
Northeast. Have you ever been in Syracuse?
I have.
Really?
I feel like I have. No, I
Hmm.
know I have. I know I have. What venues are up that way?
I don't know if we have a place called Kegs. We have a place called Sharky's. I know you haven't been there. And we have an amphitheater where we have a lot of big shows during the summer. Um, yeah, I don't know.
I'll
I think
say this.
if you were here, I would have definitely made it a point to catch up with you.
I
I don't know.
swear, if I haven't played there, I've played very close. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay. I
What?
know a promoter that we work with, Ross Catalino, Back to Back Entertainment. I don't know how much, I'm sure, I don't know who does the booking for you or the label or your management, but he was on when I posted that you were going to be out with me tonight. He went right on there and gave it a thumbs up. So
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know if you've done something with him or not, but I think he does a great job for us. Brings in a lot of people like yourself, and definitely makes it all work. So
Hey,
that's why
anything I can
yeah.
do, seriously, I'd love to.
Yeah, no, I've been talking to your label. We do what with the radio station that I'm on and I program, 92.1 The Wolf. We do what we call a What's Next private listener showcase. So it's very intimate. It's in a small venue, and we put the artists like yourself up on stage. We open with a local guy, just acoustic, just doing whatever, and then we have wings and beer afterwards. So
I'm all about that.
I am too. Believe me, the second
Heck
half
yeah.
of that is what I'm all about. It's all good. No, I love the music too. Don't get me wrong. What does a successful year look like to you, Shane Profitt? Not the charts, but personally.
I think to me, a successful year is, I think staying busy
Yeah,
is a successful year for me. Because obviously, if you're sitting at chances are things aren't things could be better is what I'll say. If you're sitting at home in this industry, things could probably be better unless you're just
I
taking a
got you.
break for yourself. But I think more than anything, I think staying busy and just being happy with where you are as a person and an artist
Mhm.
is successful to me.
You're happy.
I am.
And he
I,
also, wait a minute, you got engaged.
I did.
And we have a wedding coming up, right?
Yes, sir. Next October
October. What's the date in October?
16th.
No way.
Yeah.
No, my birthday's the 15th. That's why I was asking. No.
Oh,
Well, why did you pick? Wait a minute. It's the 15th. Is that during the week?
it's a Friday. Yeah. So our
Because
wedding will be on a
yeah,
Friday.
because my birthday's it's on a Friday. Oh, you get the venues cheaper.
Yeah. That's why we did it.
No.
No, it is. It really
Really?
is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good deal. Good choice. Good choice.
Hmm.
I love it. I love it. Well, good luck with that. Are you involved with a lot of the planning, or do you let what's her name? Is it what did I
Chloe.
Chloe? You let
Yeah.
her handle everything?
Well, so yes and no. I told her I wanted to be as involved as she wanted me to be, but at the same time, I know that this is our day, but it's really her day, and
It's
so
true. It's true. Yeah.
I want it to be everything that she wants it to be. So
Mhm.
I'm as involved as I need to be, but also I don't want it all to be on her at the same time. So we're working together on it.
Well, good luck with that.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, I think it's going to be great. I was kind of joking a little bit because I know, I mean, I've been married a bunch of years now, but all that planning, it was like you give your idea and it's like, no, we're going to do it this way. No, okay,
Yeah.
honey. Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, as long as
Exactly.
you're happy, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. What do we need to do to get that done? So, yeah.
Hmm.
What advice, Shane, because like I mentioned a few minutes ago, you made the move. I mean, getting off a mower, pursuing your dream. Um, but what if somebody's listening that, I have a lot of local artists here. I have a lot of people that listen to the podcast, that watch the podcast. They want to do what you're doing. I mean, if they don't make the move, I'm sure they would regret it or at least give it a try. But what advice could you give somebody in that situation? You did it.
I did it. I'll say this: if you really, really, really are dead serious about pursuing being a country music singer and or songwriter as your full-time gig, the advice that I would have is get to Nashville.
Hmm.
Because here's the thing. I was at dinner, and this is just an example. I was literally at a sushi restaurant and I'd never tried sushi. I happened to meet Chris Janson at a sushi restaurant.
Yep. You never know.
Chris, yeah, like it something that I tell my buddies that don't live in Nashville. Actually, he just moved to Nashville. Um, Something that I told him, he said, "Do you think Nashville to do this?" And I said, "Well, you can absolutely do it without being in Nashville, but it's hard to step in cow poop if you're not in the cow pasture."
I like that. Exactly. Exactly. It's well put. It's a good way to put it.
So,
But and you're fortunate enough to live near Nashville. So
mhm.
I mean that's kind of a plus for you. I
Yeah,
mean, and
absolutely. Yeah, and
yeah.
and here's the thing, man. If I did not live where I do,
Hmm.
we probably wouldn't be having this conversation.
See, that goes back to your point. You're near Nashville, but come on out. Go out to Nashville. Network a
Absolutely.
little bit. You
I
never know
drive
who you're going to
I
run
drive
into.
I drive an hour to Nashville every day.
Yep. Yep.
That's
In
just
that
part of it.
traffic, no less.
The traffic.
The traffic there, was it 65? I
Yes.
don't know. To get near Dememburion before you hop off to go downtown, it's crazy. What
It's
used to take us 20 minutes to get from the airport downtown now takes us at least an hour.
yeah,
So, well, it depends what time you fly in, but if you,
yeah, that's true.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I know every time I've been there. I mean, sometimes I've been pretty lucky, I guess, but other times it's like, well, here we are, 10
Yeah.
miles an hour. We're in the
Yep.
traffic and everybody's cutting each other off. What, in Columbia, Tennessee, how big of a city is that? That's pretty good size, right?
It's grown a lot.
Yeah.
Whenever I was little and growing up, it wasn't all that big, but here in the last like 10 years, it's up.
Yeah.
It's to the point where we no longer have water in Colombia. They have said that
What?
they're increasing our water bill by 150% because there's so many people moving here.
That's crazy.
I
Holy
know.
crap. Holy,
Yeah, it's
that's
it's
that's
nuts.
nuts. What so growing up, what did you do in Colombia? Did you play sports? Did you what was
Yeah,
there for somebody growing up to do?
hunting and fishing. That's the biggest thing.
Perfect.
Hunting and fishing. So it was right up my alley.
I love it. I love it. Is your freezer full of meat and fish and all that? You have
Yeah, I've actually got oh, let me think here. I've got deer meat in my freezer, obviously. I've got some boudin. I've got some crappie and some salmon that I caught. Salmon that I caught in Alaska. I got to go to Alaska.
no way, dude. That's cool. We have the Salmon River here.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when the salmon are running, it's pretty cool to watch.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. And they're big.
Uh,
They're big ass fish.
yeah, they're massive.
Yeah.
And I've got three deer at the deer processor right now, getting chopped up. So
Wow. It's crazy.
yeah.
It's crazy stuff. So I forgot what I was going to ask you. I just lost my train of thought. But doing what you're doing and being there, are you going to be heading out on any major tours that you know of, or you can't really say?
I can't say yet, but yes, we're gonna be on
Good.
some big shows this year.
Excellent, Shane Profitt. One thing, it's fun to see artists like you opening up for other artists,
Thank
but
you.
I can always tell Like, for example, if you were out on that stage, we have an amphitheater here. Let's say you opened up for an artist. What I do is I look at the crowd. If they're in there for the opener, if there's a good, I said, all right, this is going to be really good. I mean, I'd love to see how many people actually come out for the openers and stuff like that. And I know
Yeah,
you definitely draw.
yeah, and that's something else that I do every night that I'm on, like a major tour like that. I mean, major tour or not, I think everybody, if I'm the opener, at the end of my set, I will straight up say, "Hey, thank y'all so much for coming out for the opening act. It means more than you know."
Yeah, exactly.
It does.
Exactly.
It really
And that's,
does.
that's why it makes people like you so cool, so down to earth. I mean, you're just real. You're doing your job. You're doing what you love. You still shop at the same grocery stores. You hunt like everybody else. You go do your thing. I
Yes, sir.
totally get that. I totally
Yes,
get that. Um, so when it's all said and done, what do you hope people say about you, not just your music? It's toughy.
it is a toughie. Uh, I hope people say, above anything, he's a godly man
I love it.
and he's a family man, and he gives 110% to everybody that comes to his shows. That's
Exactly.
that's what I want. I want people to know. I don't want anybody to leave going, he didn't give us 100%.
I want you to tell me about one of your shows. Tell me, how are you on stage? How do you interact? Give me a good
It's
example.
I need to put a daggone Fitbit or something on to keep up with my steps on stage. I'm never sitting still on stage, which is
Excellent.
kind of crazy to think about. I'm a big dude, but I'm always just back and forth on stage. And I think for me, because me being a songwriter, I always say I'm a songwriter before I'm an artist. Um, I think the biggest thing is on my live shows, I try to make everybody feel how writing the song as they do when I'm performing it, if that makes sense. So
Mhm.
I want there to be a roller coaster of emotions. I want to take you from the highest high and the beer drinking to
Mhm.
bawling your eyes out, and then just take you back up to the top.
Love it. Love it. Tell me a little bit about, or a whole lot about Long Live Country. The song is doing really well. It's getting,
Yes, man.
stations at it, and it gets played during the overnight a lot in a lot of stations. But you know what? We're now hearing it in the daytime. So that's
Yes, sir.
that's a good indication that your song, like you said, it went up how many spots already today on the
Yeah,
chart?
it
So
went up 8 spots on the chart today, which is crazy.
do you watch those numbers every day? Do you like have to go in and check, or would you rather step back and then give it a little time?
It's one of those things where I know my team is doing their job and they're
They
doing
are.
it
Yeah.
100%, just like I am. Uh, I'm going to let them do their job. I'm not going to nitpick because it will absolutely consume you if you keep up with that
Mhm.
chart every day. So at the start of every week, my team sends me, "Hey, this is where we are this week. This is why we're here, and this is what to be expected." So that's just kind of what we do, and it works for me because my first go around when How It Ought to Be was radio, uh, I just I was so consumed with keeping up with the chart, it
Mhm.
was to the point where it was unhealthy, and
Well, it was
so
your first song out there. I mean, that was getting that had any traction. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And so I don't blame you for keeping an eye on it. The excitement, the energy, like, wow, this is me. I got to watch this. This is unbelievable. But then
yeah,
again, you're right. It can consume you,
and it
and then
did.
it's
Yeah,
like, what am I doing? Yeah. Now that was what label were you with
I was
then?
on Big Machine then.
That's it, Big Machine, and then Skip happened.
Yeah.
And then now you're with Triple Tigers. I remember at CRS last year, I think you had just signed with
Yep,
Triple
I had.
Tigers.
Yep, I had, or I was about to actually.
Yes, yes, I knew it was very close. Or somebody came up to a friend of mine that works for the label was like, we're signing Shane Profitt, and I went, "That's cool." You might have been in the suite. Were you in B
I
Dub's
was.
suite? Yes. Okay.
No, I was in. Well, actually, I was in there briefly. I think.
Yeah, because I was with Diane, my rep, and I'm pretty sure she said either they had just signed you
Yeah,
or they were signing you. And I said,
yeah,
"That's awesome.
they were about to.
Excellent, dude." What is that like when an artist signs with a label? You know,
Well,
a lot of emotions, or
it's yeah, it is. Because I think for me it's more nervous than anything because like the attorneys are going back and forth, and you don't want to.
yeah,
You're hoping your attorney doesn't say something and shoo them away, or the smallest thing comes in between you and something that could change your life. So
right.
uh, yeah,
Well,
it's a roller coaster of emotion too.
it's got to be, because this could change your life.
Yeah,
And whatever you sign or the decisions that you or your attorney make could be life changing for you. So,
absolutely.
and it looks like things are life changing in a good way for you. So that's good.
I'm
That's good.
blessed. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, do you have a favorite song to play live right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. It's a song that I haven't released yet. It's called "You Could Do Anything."
Wow.
It's it's a song. It's very personal. I've been posting it on my socials, and yeah, I've never had a response to a song like I've had with this. I'm not even. I'm not like trying to sound um, big headed
No,
or
no, 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 no,
anything in
no.
any kind of way. I've never had a song where I go. I've written some good songs in my life, but I've never written one where I go, that's the one. And don't get me wrong, long live country and how it ought to be, have changed my life. But
Yeah.
the response that I've been getting back from this song, just playing it acoustically, is night and day
Is
different.
is that how you may determine what your next single is going to be for you as an artist? You get out and you play these songs in front of an audience, and you kind of take in the response and go, "Yeah, this one's kicking ass. Oh, they like this. I'm going to have to."
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. I'm a firm believer. Listen to the people.
Yeah. How much? But you also got to listen to the label too.
I, at the same time, though, the label, so whenever I went in and made my record with Triple Tigers,
Yeah.
they told me what songs they would like me to cut. I went in and cut 12 songs my first go around, and they knew two of the 12 that I was cutting.
Okay.
They walked in when we were done, and they said, "What'd you end up cutting?" And I told them, and I was like, "Did
Mhm.
management not tell y'all what I was cutting?" They were like, "No, it's none of our business. It's our job as an artist. Whatever you think is your best, we're gonna trust
You
you."
know, that's what I love. I love that.
Me too. Me too.
It's giving you that control.
Yep.
And all
Yep.
the, I have friends that work at all the different labels. Just some of the labels aren't like that. They tell you what we want, what they
Oh,
want. It's like,
99% of them are like that. Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy, but it's not my business. But I feel for people like you that, you know. But you're off to a great start. What is one thing that fans would be surprised to know about you? We already know that you ran a mower. We already know you worked for the city of Columbia, Tennessee. What is something else that fans would be surprised to know about you?
I'm super flexible.
What?
Yeah, I am.
You mean you can move
I
in a
can
lot
like
of?
I can high kick above my head. Yeah.
No way. I'd fall on my ass.
Yeah,
I'd
I
be
can
done.
high kick. There's a video on my I posted it on my story the other day. I got a little wine tipsy a couple nights ago with my fiance, and we were going down an escalator in Nashville, and I did the splits on the escalator and rode the escalator down doing the splits. So
Dude. I, well, I'm glad you didn't get hurt.
yeah, me too.
Fishing or songwriting? If you had to choose one right now, fishing or songwriting?
Fishing. I'm in a fishing mood right now.
There you go. And what is the best advice that Chris Janson has given you so far? I mean, that's kind of an older thing. I know it was a couple of years ago that you got you met him, but still,
Mhm.
you must keep in touch with him, I would assume.
I would say honestly, back to the cow pasture thing. Uh,
Yeah,
if you're, Chris told me a long time ago. He said, if you're not out getting it, somebody else is.
it's true. And how do you handle negativity?
Ignore it.
Good. No, exactly.
Ignore
And
it.
it's so true that you hear about the negative. You'll hear from negative people, or you see and read the negative comments. You'll never hear anything good. It's just those people that are negative. They always seem to want to. It doesn't matter whether you doing what I do, what you do, or whatever. There's always going to be some of those people. And I always ask the artists, like, how do you handle that? Because you're going to get it. You just can't help it. But you know what? You got to smile and wait, because look what you're doing. They're not. So
Yeah,
just
exactly. I mean, there's a reason they're commenting on your video.
exactly. That means they watched it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that means they're going to go back and watch
Yeah,
it again.
yeah, yeah. Every time somebody comments something negative, it's like ching, ching, So it's like I'm not commenting on your stuff. You're the one commenting on mine. So I appreciate that.
That's
Tenth
what we
of
do
a
in
penny or whatever it is.
that's what we do in radio. Somebody makes a negative comment. It's like, hey, thanks for listening.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. That's all you can do. What's your favorite, before I let you go? When you're on tour, you're out doing shows, what's your favorite snack?
Mm. Man, probably the red sun chips.
Oh, those are good. That's good.
They're
I
good.
love Skittles. I'm a Skittles guy. So if I'm
I
out
like
about,
Skittles. I like those. I started eating these things. They're called high cheese.
I don't know.
It's like a candy. They're pretty good though.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
good.
cool. So stock up on those when you hit the road.
That's right.
That's what you do. Shane, Shane Profitt, thank you for taking the time to come and chat with us here tonight.
Thank you.
You're a good guy. I've respected you since day one and what you do. I know we had you on Skip Happens once before, as I mentioned earlier, and that's how I knew a lot about you. And I've been following you because, like I also said just a little bit ago, is I feel like we've known each other for a little bit, and to watch you grow and watch you put these singles out and know that you got signed by another label. And it's just so exciting for me to see the progress that somebody like you is making. I can't say that enough. There's a lot of independent artists. There's artists like you all out there, man. It's a fight, but you're fighting it. You're fighting a good fight. So
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, man.
So I got to tell you, man, this has been one of those stories that reminds you why people still fall in love with country music. Right there's a good example of it. Hard work, respect, faith, and saying yes, ma'am, at the right moment, and which you did.
I did.
Huge thanks to Shane hanging with us tonight. I want you to go stream the music if you can, catch him live, and trust me, this is just the beginning. I know he's hitting, we're into another single on the radio and it's doing really well. And, we talked to him a few years ago and a couple of years, and I hope to do it again. I hope to see you in Nashville at the Country Radio Seminar. And Shane, best of luck to you, my friend. Thank you
Thank you
again.
so much, man. Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you log on to, or give us a subscribe if you've been watching this, or maybe you're watching the replay of it. Make a comment and let us know what you think. And also make sure you subscribe to Skip Happens on YouTube. Shane, you got YouTube? You do.
I do.
So there's subscribe to Shane Profitt and follow him on his socials. And I know Shane is good at responding to posts as well. So
Absolutely.
okay. All right. God bless everybody. Thank you. Have a great night. Shane, thanks again. Stay right there.